Hey, hello everyone. Welcome. Tuesday night, our bat time. We're playing Gotham City Chronicles. I am Simon at Wandering DM. This is one of my cats, Aramis. He's going to wash himself in front of all of you. Use him pronouns and I'll be the game master for this game. And we have a full crew this week, so I'll let the players introduce themselves. We'll start with the person right under me on the overlay. We're going to go counterclockwise. So, Lynn, hi. Who are you? And how are you? And who are you?
Hey, hey everyone, I'm Lynn, she, they, and tonight I am playing Lexi Lee, the former gangster and underground fighter.
Up next, Utah.
I'm muted. Hello. It's me. I'm Yutsai. Looking forward to playing Nick Winters. Is someone else here in Echo?
There might be sound coming out of Roll20. I don't hear an echo.
Interesting. All right, I'll just keep going. Yes, I'm playing Nick Winters. Looking forward to tonight, even after the disappointment of finding out that someone took the greatest score he could have gotten when he was sneaking around earlier. I'm still disappointed by that.
And last but not least, returning this week, we have Hannah.
Hi, I'm Hannah, she, her, and I will be playing Arlo Wilder. So far, all bark, no bite, but we'll see.
And last week was a very, very busy night for Lexi and Nick, as they not only interrogated someone, made him piss his pants, then threatened to kill him if he didn't flee the city, then went to his place, realized the guy had a lovebird, felt bad that you would abandon the lovebird and thus not feed it, so you left him a threatening note in his apartment to also take the bird with him when he leaves the city.
I'm a thief. I'm not a monster.
But then you also found in his apartment a stash of inhalers, empty inhalers that are used to carry basically this new drug, the BZK. That, can you hear him? Yep. Yep. So this stash of BZK, or at least the stash of inhalers that are used to carry BZK in. And then you went back to Tommy, back to your fence, and gave Freddy the money that you stole, plus the watch. He handed you the watch as like a bonus and then paid all of you. So essentially, he got nothing. You got everything. And you also happened to notice that the VIP area of the park was kind of busy that night, with security, people cleaning up, shady folks in there. You decided to stake the place out from a crappy pizza place across the street, and found out that the VIP would host none other than Carmine Falcone tonight. After pondering if you should find a secret entrance to the park, and Well, honestly, I didn't really know what your plan was once you would have gotten inside, but thankfully you thought better of it and decided to go back to Willie Monahan at the carnival, trying to basically blackmail him with the information that you have, only to learn that he had the money to pay Sergeant Cox off. He just didn't want to get rid of this one piece that he had a lot of trouble acquiring, which was the painting that essentially started this whole feud with Freddy and all that, and cycle of revenge. You did learn from Willie, though, a few interesting facts about the strongman from the circus who was sent to the hospital after a rubber cannonball busted his brains out. You also know that for reputation purposes, the carnival sort of, or Willie used his contacts in Gotham City to sort of pay Cox to sort of sweep everything under the rug, which he did, and then he came for his payment. There are some things that I gave all of you last week, but instead of just repeating it, because those are things that Arlo will learn, we're just going to go straight to Arlo. After the events of the carnival, you decided to head back home to Dean. I don't know if you remember, after not the previous session, but the one before, you recalled a job that Dean had refused. About like this smuggling of a doctor or something, because you were looking into maybe like a potential chemist or something of other that could be linked to all of this. And you recalled Dean had like inquired about it and then said no, and so you decided to head back home to figure more like stuff out about this thing precisely. And that's where we're going to pick back up. We are on July the 12th, 1989. Well, technically, no, July 11th still, because it's the night before. Arlo, when you get home, the lights are out mostly everywhere except from under Dean's door. There are lights, and you can hear the sound of what appears to be a small drill, like almost like a dentist drill.
Okay. Is this normal?
You've heard noises before. He seems to tinker.
That's
in
kind
his
of what
room.
I figured.
But he doesn't have, like, you guys don't have like a whole like workshop type of situation.
Sure. We hardly have a kitchen type situation.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, so Dean, you wake?
Yeah. Just a second, and there's like a bzz, 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 oh, shit. He gets up. You hear the chair basically move back. Him walk into the door. He opens the door to his room, but not fully. What's up?
You doing a root canal in there?
Trying to fix some electronics. The camera I picked up.
Sure. Do you remember that job that you decided against doing with that doctor? It was a little while back.
Yeah, I seem to remember a couple of months ago. Why?
Why did you decide not to do it?
Smelled of I'm not gonna say a fake out, but felt to me like this doctor didn't know what he was getting into, and I don't think we would have gotten paid.
You don't think we would have gotten paid?
Guy is a legitimate doctor. Decides all of a sudden that he wants to be smuggled away from his place of work and somehow reaches, the criminal underworld. Who's this fixer? I mean, I know who I got the job from, but who put him in touch
Oh, who'd you get
with
the
the
job from?
underbroker? The underbroker.
The underbroker.
Yes, I know
That,
it's
that tells me absolutely nothing.
he's a man who his real identity is unknown to, well, even me. Maybe some of the people he works with know more. Um,
Oh,
but in
if you
my
don't know who
case,
he is, then how'd you get in contact with him?
he's going to walk out of his room, close the door, shut the door, and make his way to the kitchen. He's going to open the fridge, take a beer out, take a second beer out, look at you. Want one?
Sure.
What do you remember of your time at the facility?
The facility?
The
Does the
place.
Wait a minute, hold on. Does the doctor have anything to do with that?
No, 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 no. I was trying to, I don't know, go by chronological
Well,
events.
because I got
Okay,
the impression that he was involved in something completely different. Not this at all. I haven't thought about the facility in ages.
okay, well, you had a life before you went there, right? Whatever
Yeah, of
promise you made.
course. Yeah.
Okay. So did
They
I.
Well, I assumed as much. Well, they said they were gonna fix me right up, and that I could go back to what the life that I had before. But they didn't do that. I assumed that that was the same for you.
Kinda, yep. But the life that I lived before, I mean, I saw. Okay, Simon has to get the name right of that place. The Holt Powers. The promises of Holt Powers were, I wanted to leave my old life behind completely. I didn't want to feel like going back to it. The underbroker is someone I knew from before. And, well, after we left, he was pretty much the only person that I knew how to reach quickly and quietly. So I sent him a message. You have him to thank for this palace.
Gee, thanks. But this is all avoiding my question. The doctor. What was the underbroker's interest in him? Do we know what happened to him
Oh,
after we refused the job?
um, after I refused the job, I have no idea. I don't know if anybody else took it. Um, the
Did the
way,
underbroker know?
if someone he reached out to did it, yeah. And seeing as how there are a number of small time fixers around town, him being probably the most, I guess you could say, influential. He doesn't really have much of a pull. It's more of he provides a steady stream of income, and he takes a cut off of it. But if anyone took the job from him, yeah, definitely. Why?
Well, we've been we've been hearing about something going on in town. This drug that's been like a designer drug that's been, well, I guess I don't know if it is a designer drug or what it is. You know me, I don't know nothing about drugs, Dean. It's this thing called BZK.
Sounds like a
This
breakfast cereal.
I don't look at me. I don't know nothing. But apparently this doctor is involved somehow, or maybe involved somehow. I don't know if he is directly, but I was thinking, there's not that many specialized chemists here that I know of, at least, or that, you know, would have the qualifications to work on that kind of thing. And so I was thinking, if you had any idea what happened to him, maybe we could see if he had some involvement. I mean, you got to have some sort of link to the underbroker if he's paying for this place, right?
Oh, I mean,
Maybe
I
you
can
can.
set you up an appointment whenever you want. I
Well,
just thought you would never want to meet him, but
well, I mean, I got to take some initiative. I want stuff to get stuff done, Dean. I mean, I can help too around here. I'm more than just a courier, you know. I'm more than just a gopher. I
all
can do
right.
stuff.
All right. Hey, look, I just didn't know. I didn't want to push you, right?
No, I know. I know. I'm just tired of feeling weak.
Well, then I'll set you up with the underbroker.
Okay. Well, he's gonna know my name, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to give it to him
Okay.
and a physical description. So you'd better just not try to pass off as someone
Well,
else.
no, it'll be me and two friends. So I mean, they're associates, but no, they're friends. Just I don't want him to, shoot on sight or nothing.
Well, you plus 2. All right. I'll get you that appointment. Hope you find what you're looking for. I mean, had I known that this chemist doctor guy was going to be important, I would have given it a second thought, but I mean, it's just the one guy trying to run away to some backwards country to escape prosecution here.
Sure, that
Well,
makes
like,
sense.
huh?
No, I said that makes sense. You're right.
Well then.
Sorry, I didn't mean to question you.
Hey. We're not at Old Powers Industries anymore. You can ask questions.
I
I mean, I
know.
should say you can ask questions you could before, but
No, I know. I
I'm
just,
likelier to answer.
you saved my life, so I kind of feel like, you know,
You
know
owe me?
best. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Sure. Let's leave it that way.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna head out. Thanks for the beer and the uh getting me in touch with that guy.
You're gonna head
Hey,
out at 1 a.m.?
um, she kind of looks to the window and she's antsy, but no, I guess I'll get some sleep, take a nap. Not a
You're,
good
uh,
time to be doing much of anything.
you're fidgeting a lot.
Yeah, this is a lot more than I've done in a long time. I'm still getting used to it. I try and act tough in front of people, but I'm not really. I don't know what I'm doing, Dean.
Oh, wait. Is that about acting tough? I mean, you are tough. I mean, sure, there are, bigger, stronger guys than you, but hell, with what we've been through, you need a certain level of resilience.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Now, why don't you tell me how you made a fool of yourself?
She will relay the gruesome story of the tap water at the bar.
Um, Look, I want a piece of advice. Next time you want to look tough, just order whatever it is that has the highest proof. You don't even have to drink it. They just have to see you with it.
Okay. Do you think that'll work? I'll try
Well,
it.
more than tap water.
Okay. I'm gonna get some shut eye. Hey, Dean,
Yep.
why'd you ask about the facility?
Oh, it's kind of a blur for me. Especially the last. I guess they might have been weeks. Trying not to look like I knew I was going to get out. Not to get caught, not to fuck it up for everyone. I sort of only focused on that. I was an autopilot for everything else, so.
You knew you were gonna get out?
Well, yeah. Didn't you always wanted to get out of there?
Well, sure, I wanted to get out.
Well, that's the difference. I didn't just want to get out. I knew I would. It did help that I, got some favorable intel in, I think it was like 20 some odd days before we left. Look, let's just say people should change their passwords more often.
Okay. Sure. I'm gonna hit the hay.
All
Thanks
right.
for the everything and the. She'll go to her room.
And he'll go back to his, though you will not hear any drilling for the rest of the night.
Mm-hmm.
The next morning, there's the televised interview with Sergeant Cox on TV of how this valiant cop found a missing, stolen Ernst Klimt painting and brought it back to the museum. And how does it feel, Mr. Cox, to be a hero? And, those type of questions. He is very modest, very, very modest. But I do believe we have something more important than watch Good Morning Gotham. So we're going to zoom across the city to another apartment in the East End. Lexi. There was a folded letter waiting for you last night. Do you want to read it?
Yes. I'll shut the door and read it. Yeah.
It says, it starts, first of all, it's scrawled more than, or I should say hastily written more than someone sat down and took the time to write it. There are typos, but let's not care about that. Lex, it's Nat. Something weird's going on. newbie, and then in parentheses, new guy we found to replace you. Disappeared a couple of weeks ago. They say they found his body literally pulverized. And now Lloyd's been gone for 2 days, and I'm freaking out. After newbie, I got carried away. We got into a fight, falling out. Tad was being a prick, so anyway, cold shoulder. Haven't seen him since. I'm worried. Help? Question mark. That's the whole letter.
She'll inhale, kind of like rest her head against the wall a little bit, and kind of like, rub the letter in her fingers for a little bit. What time is it now?
4 in the morning. I don't know. How early do you get up, Lexi?
Considering we probably did a lot of running Empire, I'm like 9 or 10 probably.
Let's go with 9 or 10.
All right. And she'll put the letter on a bunch of like the boxes like that are kind of like haphazardly stacked in the corner. And yeah, she's going to probably get ready and just the replacement person being pulverized and Lloyd missing definitely are like warning signs. Also, the pulverization probably is, there's a hint that the drug might be involved, so at least see what's wrong, at least.
You grab your stuff and head out. There's a typical haunt that the voiceless hang out at. They're squatting more often than not in this it's like a parking lot for buses.
Mm-hmm.
Like not quite like a terminal or anything like that, but it's just like the parking lot. They have a garage there, or used to have a garage there.
Yeah.
And so that place has been abandoned for ages. It is on the opposite end of I should just open the map real quick. I believe it's on the opposite end of East End compared to your place.
Which still isn't that far.
Yeah, basically it's by it's halfway between the Monarch Theater and like Crown Tower. It's almost on the edge of like the Bowery and Crime Alley. Or sorry, East End. Crime Alley is the unofficial name.
Unofficial name is as official as anything else.
Tells you more about what's going on there than the official one anyway. So as you make your way to their haunt, you remember the voiceless, a relatively new gang of small-time criminals. Normally they operate within the Bowery more than anything. They were never really serious, at least for the time you were there. I mean, they committed petty crimes, right?
Mhm.
Grand Theft Auto was probably the biggest, the worst. It felt more like a found family of delinquents,
Yeah.
more than a serious, ladder climbing, up and coming crime gang, syndicate, whatever. When you reach this empty garage, there in the parking lot, there are several buses there. Their wheels have been taken out a long time ago. They're all on. Well, a few of them are on cinder blocks. The other ones are just literally like either overturned or left on the ground with the entire undercarriage broken. All of them are tagged. Some of them have been burnt. They're just husks of the buses they once were. The garage itself has the main, garage door open, though there are two other entrances that you know of. One that leads basically to, let's call it like where the offices would have been, and another one that leads to a second floor above the garage where there used to be like either like a coffee room / waiting room / break room for the people who work there. Even though it's a place claimed by the voiceless, they've never attributed, as far as you remember, like rooms or places like, oh, this is like my bunk, this is yours, or whatever. So Natalia could be just about anywhere. That said, it's kind of strange to not hear like the usual hub you recalled from when, well, sorry, hub. General fighting and arguing
Yeah, just noise
that existed back then. Yeah.
So, Lexi will walk in, kind of like, and just kind of like bang on the surface, like, yeah.
Almost immediately, you hear a voice coming from within the garage, but like deeper in. There's a like the husk of a bus in between you and her, but Nat immediately replies, "Lexi."
Yeah. Here?
Oh shit, Lexi, you got my letter.
Yeah, she'll hold it up. It's like, seems bad. What the hell's going on?
Natalia is currently a mess. It looks like she hasn't slept in 2 days, but maybe even more. Her hair is, whereas she used to have a fashionable faux hawk. Well, it's not really a faux hawk. It's more of a like side buzz type of thing. It's now just all over the place. It's greasy. Her clothes look like she hasn't changed in a while, and she smells like someone who hasn't showered in a while. I'm so glad you came.
God, what?
Shit's fucked.
Yeah, I could tell.
Like we're bleeding people left and right. That's always fun.
How long have you been here for? Haven't gone home.
Well, I did go back to the Swains. Swains being another spot that you knew the gang was about to maybe take over from another gang around the time that you left a couple of years ago. Swains was a a deli in the Bowery. Well, and of course abandoned deli in the Bowery. I went back like once or twice. It's just we were here, when the last time Lloyd was here. Anyway, I figured like of anywhere, it's probably the one place he would like to come back, or he's the most likely to come back, or I don't know. I just don't know.
All right, so just some for when you think that happened. What? How did it end up like this?
After you left, we cycled through a bunch of newbies to the point where Lloyd, being the idiot that he is, he said that we shouldn't call them by their names. Because we none of them want to stay, or some of them tried. One was third newbie. I think he was like 14. Car accident. Kid told us he knew how to drive. He didn't. He ran into a lamppost. The cops caught him when he was at the hospital. So, anyway, we've had some more, and the last newbie, I was almost going to let them have a name. They said they had a family thing. Anyway, they should have left for like a day or something, but fucking GCPD showed up to one of our places. So one of our places got burnt. But it wasn't to arrest anyone, apparently. The newbie had written us as a family of, or whatever. We went to the morgue. I went with Tad. Lloyd was not himself. I only realized it was newbie because of the clothes. You could have scooped him up and put him in a suitcase. Maybe a small bag. There was just nothing. Bits of red.
God.
I mean, I've seen blood before. I've seen, shit before. I'm not a wuss, but a human shouldn't look like that.
Where'd they find them?
Pig said they found the witnesses, family of two. I didn't meet them, but they smelled something rotten in Park Row. They were They were walking to the actual park, not the park. It apparently smelled bad.
Mm-hmm.
They went to investigate, and I don't know how they're doing. They said they found him in an alley that was nothing they could do. I just look, if it was just newbie and that's it, and no one else, I wouldn't have bothered you. It's just now Lloyd.
Yeah. Some
Lloyd's
suspicious.
gone.
Do you think? And she'll put her hand on her shoulder. Like, do you think it was runoff gone or gone? When was the last time? Was that the last time you saw him?
Oh. We had a fight. It's stupid. I was upstairs. Lloyd was really attached to Newbie. The whole taking under the wings type of thing. He wouldn't admit it, but whatever. After we went to the morgue, we came back and we told Lloyd, and he blamed it on Tad because he said that, Tad's the one that told us not to get attached to them. And that maybe if we actually did pay attention.
Yeah.
But if we had cared, it wouldn't have happened. I just didn't know what to say. I have my own shit to deal with, but they just got at it. They didn't fight outright. There was shoving, and I think Tad crushed a beer can on Lloyd's head. Then he just stormed off. He didn't say anything. He just left.
And that was
2 days ago.
2 days. Check any of the places
Tad's doing it. But look, ever since you left, it's just been one mess after another.
Jeez.
I just...
And I think that that continued kind of there's a visible irritation on Lexi's.
Mm-hmm.
This is something that she's kind of hurt, not in this aspiration, but something like this before.
I don't know what to do. I'm sure as hell not to go. I'm not gonna go ask the cops or anything.
They're not gonna do shit for this.
They won't, and if they do, they're just going to fucking put him in the clink.
Any people you run against that would do this? Try and knock you guys down a few pegs. Someone you did jobs for, maybe. I want to keep listening, but if there's anybody that would do this too.
And us, I don't think so. We haven't we made sure not to piss off who, but We haven't done anything much. I mean, sure, like some people might be angry at us, but they're normies. They wouldn't, you know, put someone in a blender.
Mhm.
There was this newbie had. He said he was a cousin in
You know,
town.
did you ever get Newbie's name at all, or they never said?
No, I know the name. Uh, we and she's going to like pick out a very dirty and disgusting wallet from her pockets. Most of the source of the smell that you smelled
God,
came from the wallet.
God, why do you keep that on you? Oh, jeez.
I don't know. Here, and she opens it, and
Yeah.
there's a sucking sound as she gets the driver's license out
Mm.
of the wallet. It's still the top of the driver's license has like this probably now permanent like brownish mark. She holds it to you. The name is Frank Longren.
Mm. Ooh. Oh no.
What no?
Longren. Oh no, that's me in not in
Oh.
character. Not in character. That's for everyone that's same last name as our small time drug dealing friend.
Yep.
How old?
Frank Longren was 19 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The driver's license is not from Gotham.
Yeah.
It's from New York.
Hmm. I think Lexi has like a sour expression on her face. It's like shit. I don't know what Frank's deal was, but I've had dealings with someone with that same last name. Some what was it? You know by name Nevin, and he'll give the also like description. You know, like the.
Yeah, I think that was the name that Nubi said his cousin was.
Mm.
He was supposed to, I don't know, do something together or whatnot. He just kept pushing it off.
Okay.
Why do you think?
Out
You think
of
something could have?
out of character. How many? It's only been like a day since we
Yes.
did since I okay.
Like last night, you left Nevin with his pants down
Yeah.
on a chair in an abandoned house
Yeah.
in the
Okay, I'm
amusement
trying to
park.
figure out where the time. Okay, so
It's been less than 12 hours.
yeah. Okay. Yeah, yeah, like we caught Nevin running drugs. You heard of what was it is it BT what was the drug called again?
BZK?
BCK. You heard that before? Anything you heard about it?
No. Is that something I should know about?
Well, it's some sort. The way it looked like it was some sort of induced like some sort of like madness, and it just makes people like very, very aggressive, strong. When the people at the matches like punch somebody's chest in one punch, nasty stuff.
Okay.
And this we found this Nevin longer and try and peddle this stuff in the the carnival up north, also in the neighborhood.
Think newbie got caught in like a deal gone wrong?
I mean,
I've never seen him take anything.
take is not what I'm worried about. Deal, distribute, getting caught by someone that was using it. Who knows if they're mixed up with whatever was going on, it could have gone easily as bad. Like we just figured out what's going on with it, barely.
And it makes people go berserk.
Yeah, messes them up though. Bad.
I'm gonna have to make sure Tad doesn't hear about this. I don't think he needs it. That was her best attempt at levity given the situation.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, would be like him certainly, but I'm gonna be honest. Things are pretty bad. I think Tommy Vigo is trying to muscle in on some territory. Maybe
Fucking prick.
grab a little more of the share.
And you're caught up in that? You with Vigo?
I'm not with Vigo. I fight. Not with him. I mean, that's why I got out. I didn't want to work with, I didn't want to carry water for anyone else other than us, but I'm aware of what's going on now.
I never made you carry water. And still you left. Like, what's up with that?
I got shot in the back and almost died.
I'm sorry for that. It's not like any one of us can stop a bullet. We all got shot at least once. Just, I don't know, maybe our streak of bad luck wouldn't have happened if you'd stayed. Okay, I can see that I'm...
And maybe it would have, but it's too late for that now, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
We're still here.
Yeah, it is.
Got one person missing, and who knows where Tad is. And you look like shit, so...
I do my best. You gonna look for him?
Yeah, I'll look for him.
Thanks.
You
When,
ever think of doing something else? There's only 3 of you.
Lloyd said we should start a boy band, but I'm not a boy. I don't know. It's fun.
It looks fun.
And someone has to. It's fun to stick it to people who would spit on us one way or another. And someone has to stand up for, you know, those of us who have no voice.
And how's that going? And she's kind of like, she choked up a little bit. This isn't like mean sounding. It's just like,
Well, it sure beats the alternative, you know, get preyed on by one of the bigger sharks in Gotham. And I'm not going to get a job at O'Shaughnessy's like a rube. You'll see me dead before you see me flipping burgers.
yeah, I know. Okay. And she'll do the thing where like she'll put her forehead on hers and just like, you know, I just.
Hey,
It wasn't my path, okay? Doesn't mean I'm not. I worry about you all, okay?
yeah. You can make it up to me by maybe letting me use your shower
Yeah.
and like a meal and an enormous quantity of pot if you have it.
It's a tall order, and she'll smile. It's like, yeah.
Because
It's been a while, 24 hours, so we could use.
it's been a long 48, yeah. I'm not going to stay long anyway. I have to come back here in case Lloyd, you know.
I mean, if you ever need a space, I mean, my dad shits in boxes all over the apartment, but I'm sure I can make up some space for you. Couches.
You don't want to live with myself, Dad, and Lloyd 24/7. Or did you mean just...
Yeah.
She's gonna choke up a bit and then just like pull on your arm and be like, let's go, I need to come back here ASAP.
All right. You good riding the motorcycle? We want to walk.
Sure.
All right. Let's go.
I will warn you, Lynn, out of game. Your clothes are going to smell like shit after this.
That's fine. You know what? It's fine. She's not.
But yeah,
I mean, the clothes have been like, are probably like, we were just in a bar. And like near Carnival, like it smelled like it probably is just like saturated with like smoke at this point. So it's just kind of.
Wow, now it's smoke and rotten meat.
That's fine. I mean, you know, it can be washed. It's fine.
Cool. Then we're going to pan away as you drive with your motorcycle back home to someone else. Nick, my first question is, where have you slept last night?
Money.
Yeah.
Yeah, for once you do.
You know what? Nick's gonna treat himself. Job well done. He didn't fail anything super major. He didn't have to roll for any sort of like contested will to see if he had to get into his vice. So he's going to treat himself to a nice hotel room, an actual meal at a restaurant with a chair, fork, knife, all that good stuff. Salt shaker. He's just gonna have a nice, normal night for himself. So probably, well, he's not like this is all he has though. So maybe like a mid-sized motel, a little cheaper than an actual hotel. He's not going like Ritz or anything.
No, I figured you weren't going to the Ritz. But I mean, for like $100, you can probably have like both the hotel and the food and the
Done.
everything. And yeah, in this case, I would ask you to remove it from your sheet.
Of course.
But yeah, it felt nice last night to go to bed in comfort and a full stomach. And as you wake up this morning, TV in your hotel room shows that fucking interview.
Mumble what a dick as I go to change the channel.
What's on the docket for Nick today?
He has money, which is a long-term goal of his, because Nick wasn't born poor. He comes from like a decent family who saved enough to get him to get through college, and just from stuff, he now finds himself here. So
That's what you get for going into liberal arts.
hey. If Nick has this capital that he just has, which according to my math, he's destitute, so his normal funds allocation is $5. But currently, with all the addition and subtraction, he has roughly $1,300 on this person, which is a lot more than he's used to. This is like fresh off the job money. His goal is to work himself back to where he was, money-wise. He wants to not be destitute level funds anymore. But having the cash on hand versus having that as like a regular thing in your life is two very different things. So how would Nick go about doing that? Does he have to like buy stocks and wait 15 years, or open up a 401k? Or?
So oddly enough, that would be done through leveling up in a way. Like in game, you would have to not lose that money, of course.
Of course.
But in my mind, it's something that can. So if you go with like the way of silver, right?
I see.
That would make you, but that would like make you shoot off from like destitute to well off in one shot.
Right.
That I would consider it like you won something or whatever. But what we can do instead is over time, of course, you can pay like one CP to move up to poor, another one for moderate, and then two, as if it was a way.
Okay. I like that idea.
But I'll put one prerequisite.
Sure.
You need to have that much money already, like either on yourself or stashed away, for you to be able to move up. So like right now you have 1,300, you could spend a CP at the end of the game tonight and then move up to poor.
I ran out of CP. I spent it on other stuff.
Oh no.
Good to know though.
Yeah, because technically I'm looking at the initial funds and all that. So the each month you can pay an amount equal to 1/10 of those noted below, which means that, let's say for someone at moderate, right, each month would cost you $200 to be able to live at moderate. If you get 2,000, which is roughly like an entire year, more or less, then you can say that you've lived moderate for that year.
Gotcha.
Same goes for poor or whatever. So if you can hold on to that money, I'm not going to say for a year in game because that makes no sense. We don't know
Right.
how long we're going to have.
The speed of RP.
Yeah. But like if you ever manage to hold on to like 2000 for at least I'll say like 48 to 72 hours in game. Like just so we see that your character is fighting his urge to gamble.
Mm-hmm.
Um
I like
then
that.
yeah, you
That's
could
definitely something I want to have in there. It's not just you have the money and you're fine.
No.
Because there's a reason he got in this position in the first place. If that is the case,
Yeah.
I think Nick would want to. He's come into money. He's taken a lot of like charity, a lot of help. I think he would want to try to give some of that money back. So he has about 1,300. I think he's gonna allocate $500, and he wants to make a donation to the charity he's always taking from. Help pay for stuff. Maybe also drop off $20 at that pawn shop he stole that radio from. Just like, here's a 20. Don't ask. Bye.
Guy just goes, thank you. Yeah, the place that you are referring to, you mean the Altwoods Hall?
I believe that's
The soup kitchen, shelter, blah blah blah.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. They will definitely take it. In fact, this is one of the
Oh, he would also donate anonymously. He doesn't want to be first. He doesn't want to put a target on his back for someone who has money now, and he also feels bad because he didn't get this in a quite morally great way. So it's just like, yeah, they don't need to know where it came from.
It was hush money to begin with,
Yeah. Rob a bank, feed the hungry, that sort of thing.
Isn't that what Robin Hood did? But yeah, then in that case, I will not say anymore. You basically just like mail in the donation, so you don't have to show your face at the soup kitchen, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is going to take you like a good part of the morning.
Sure.
Now the fun thing is, due to the time of the year or time period that we're having this game set in, none of you have like cell phones. You don't have not that you don't have the tech, but you don't have the money for it. Eventually, maybe you'll have tech for something better that doesn't exist. But right now, the three of you, have no way to reach each other.
Well, that's fun. I guess I could. Well, I know where Lexi fights and hangs out for the most part, so I probably just go. I mean, we all know where we first met too, so
Yes.
just meeting.
Yeah, this is the one place that y'all have in common.
To go.
Mm-hmm. So you're gonna make your way to the park. The place in the morning anyway, or at least at noon. Like the place is still closed. You can hang out by it. It opens mid-afternoon. It be. He wants to GM so bad.
Oh.
Let him GM.
Oh.
The game is going to be all about food. So I would like to know, Arlo and Lexi. Arlo, where are you headed today? And Lexi, after you bring Natalia home, not home, where?
I think also maybe like fictionally, I think I probably would have given like Nick my phone number at least, if we need, since we're like in progress and like investigating this thing. It's way to get to me.
Mhm. Okay, so Nick would have a way to reach you.
Yeah.
Arlo?
Mhm.
We don't have a just like an intrinsic way to know where everybody is gonna be, do we? Because I also have a
No, but
prepaid
the-
cell phone, so
Yeah,
he
I
can
will-
probably reach me as well.
Yeah, I think.
Cool.
I'm
I just
fine
wanted to
with,
know, like, for logistical purposes in the
I
future.
was fine with giving out like the phone number and stuff like that. As far as I think it's important that we kind of like, if important stuff happens, have an easy way to like communicate at least.
Then in that case, yeah, any payphone would work. Nick, if you wanna
Takes a quarter.
call the gang and have them meet up.
Good thing payphones are under $5. Quarter.
They are.
Quarter.
No, give me just a second.
Deet, deet, deet.
Can collect call us? Just like
Oh my god, just like dial and go. Lexi, I'm at the park.
yeah.
Like we used to do. Mom, pick me
Yeah,
up.
yeah. Just like do the yeah.
I remember payphones being a thing. I don't remember ever using them.
You can get around like the collect call thing, yeah, if you just like said something really fast and then
Really
just kind of like
fast.
Let me
yeah.
get my bubblegum wrapper and harmonica.
Yeah, they
to
were
play the. I think that was the thing. You could hack a payphone
What?
if you.
yeah, it was
If you
like
yeah, there's like a
yeah.
hack. If you like make a right frequency, you could trick the payphone, and you
Yeah.
could just make a free phone call.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, it's a whole thing. It's a fun story. Anyway, yeah, Lexi Park, bye.
Yeah.
Arlo
You do the
Park,
same.
bye. No, I kept a quarter. Ah.
The two.
Come back. What you really gotta do is you gotta lift
Shaking the machine.
you gotta lift the key off someone and just like open up and just take the quarters.
Note for later.
Wow, you have $1,300. You don't need to rob a payphone.
I mean, it doesn't like it's,
It only takes one bad bet, Simon. And
That's
I'm
true,
right
that's
back
true,
to
that's true.
robbing payphone
you
levels.
have to
stuff.
keep your options open in case you know.
I'm just
you
gonna put
need
it
to.
out there. Most of my bets are gonna be all or nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, great. All right, then what
Okay,
we'll do is, as the group convenes together, we're going to take a short break. We're going to be right back, everyone. One, hey, hello. We're back. So, jump cut a few minutes, and the three of you are now meeting at the basically opening of the park for the day.
I flag Arlo and Lexi down. I already have like a small table in the corner. Hey, you made it. Glad you could understand my babble. Lexi, got your usual, and Lexi, their usual, which is beer, spirits, beer.
Yeah, it's beer.
Arlo, same for you. Glass of water.
I'll have a beer, thanks.
I pull out the beer I was hiding under the table. Okay, so what the fuck are we gonna do? By the way, did you find anything? We haven't synced up since you left a night ago. Were you able to find anything about the chemistry guy that you said you might know someone?
Yeah, I talked to, I talked to some people, and I think I might be able to get us a meeting with somebody who might know a lot more about him and where he got to, like what happened to him, because
Wait,
he kind of fell off the map.
We need to track down the chemistry guy?
I mean, yeah, he was trying to disappear last I heard of him, but, this is the guy who was trying to help him to disappear at that time, and he thinks that maybe we might be able to, well, the guy I talked to thinks that this guy might be able to. Anyway, I figured out a meeting for us to get more information. We might be able to figure out what happened to this chemistry guy, and he might be able to help us with more information about the drugs.
Okay. I mean, yeah, sounds good, because, like, I don't know what it's like to have taken one of these, so
I mean, also
if
finding
it doesn't.
It says also finding out who's making it and what they need is probably really helpful.
Smart. I was thinking if we needed to calm someone down who's about to kill us, it might
That's
be
probably-
helpful. Or if one of us took one by accident. Not saying I did, but
Did you?
what?
Did you? The other
No,
guy,
I
we both
didn't.
look at you like
Gosh, you're making me nervous.
punched.
I hit an inhaler. It's one of the fakes.
Yeah, Nick punched the car like that Street Fighter like mini game, where it's just like just punch the.
Oh, speaking of, I fill in Arlo about what me and Lexi were up to the night before. Fakes, going through the apartment, asked if she would like a new pet bird.
No, I don't think I better take on any new pets. There's barely enough room in my apartment as is.
Okay, just asking.
Y'all were busy, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, we I don't know what happened. We both were very intentional with about to jump into a fire regarding breaking into the office through the secret passageway. But now we know there's a secret passageway. We're pretty sure we know where it is. And we're also halfway sure that what was his name? It's not the top dog, right? It's the guy under him.
Tommy.
Tommy's behind everything, most likely.
Yeah.
Okay.
If we could get into his office, that'd be great. And now that his boss is gone, security's a lot quieter too, thankfully. But I don't know if we want to.
Let's go.
Nah. What?
Yeah?
Well, Arlo, take it from a thief. You only jump in when, if you get caught, you still win, so to speak. Because if you get caught and you're not ready, then you have to run with nothing. And I think that's game over for us, right?
Pretty much. I mean.
So what do we need? I mean, you just said that security was lax. You found where we're supposed to go. You found a hidden way in, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we could, but like, I'd rather have, like, if we get caught, what are we going to say? He's dealing drugs in the territory. We don't have proof yet. we're pretty sure he did it.
I mean, where would we get the proof?
Well, kind of like what you were talking about earlier, you're a chemistry guy, and following up like supply chains, Lexi was suggesting. Figure
Okay.
out how they're making it, where they're making it.
Yeah.
So let's meet with my guy and see if we can find the chemistry guy and see what the supply chains are, and then we'll hit the area. Are you sure that it's still going to be the security's still going to be as light once we do all that?
I mean, it's only when his boss is around, and
Does
no
his
offense to
boss
this
regularly leave?
I don't. I'm assuming Top Dog doesn't come down here often. It's kind of a shithole, isn't it?
Carmine Falcone?
No, absolutely
Yeah.
not. Yeah, it's like rare.
Yeah, like
Barely
I
ever. So ever. I don't think we've
yeah,
ever seen
barely
him.
ever, because Tommy, like I sort of described last week,
Mid-level mid-manager, sort in that.
yeah, he basically pays his due to the Falcone crime family, and that's it. So for Falcone to come down, something big had to happen, or he needed a place that isn't his regular haunt to.
Okay, so the
Talk to
boss
people.
being down here is the exception, not the rule. It's not that we have to, like, time ourselves when the boss isn't here. It's that we just have to make sure not to go when the boss is here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
Carmine will probably never set foot in that place again for a
Unless he
year
has to.
or so, like depending on
Okay.
what happens
Yeah.
or whatever. But Vigo, the one who owns this place, Tommy Vigo, is always here.
Yeah, but
Okay,
he's not
so
like.
time is not necessarily of the essence for this.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Yeah, I think.
GM Chronicler Simon.
Mm.
What's your title in this game? Is there a title?
It's supposed to be Game Master, but like you
Game
can call me
Master.
Simon. It's it's fine.
Is there a roll I can make to see if I'm overthinking it? Would it be all right to go for this angle now? Is there a detail I'm missing?
Give me your end goal
trying to
again.
figure out?
What was your end goal again?
We would get the materials and like reasonable suspicion first, and then we would break into the office. So if we were caught, we would be able to kind of defend ourselves, or at least know what we were looking for. However, Arlo brings up a good point. If the hotbed of information and evidence is at this office, it might clue us in. It might just give us the details we need to know directly, like supply lines, dealers, where the factory is, if there's a factory producing this stuff. So both are good angles, but the office first is kind of risky in Nick's head. So I guess, is there a role I can make in game to account for
No,
information?
no,
that I'm
without a role, just from like a logical, not overthinking it. Having the info first will sort of get you in a situation unlike what happened with Willie last time, where you have all of the info and you go in forewarned, basically. Is the info in Tommy's office? You would have to search his office, probably while he's not there. And then if it's not there, it might be elsewhere. Where is it? Like, is it a good idea to want to go in his office? Yes. But how, when?
Okay, so there
That's
are
where
risks.
it's.
There are risks.
There are risks to both, but I would say that both are perfectly valid means of getting to your end.
There's something delightfully meta about him weighing the possibilities of both of these, being a gambler. Like,
What's the all-in? What's the?
Let's see.
yeah, what's the over-under?
So over under of getting yourself getting caught right now, if you were to walk into the office, is 100 to 0 because he's in his office right now.
Yeah, but he's not gonna always. He's gonna have to leave some point.
But if he leaves, depends for how long, and then
Yeah, I mean that'll be.
I mean, I'm thinking, like, if we go into his office and we get caught, who are we gonna get caught by? Him and his security. So, like, having the information of, yeah, you're definitely dealing drugs, they know he's dealing drugs. They're his dudes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, having that intel isn't going to do us any good unless I'm missing something. I could be
There
like
is
coming at
one-
it from completely the wrong angle.
No. You're right. Yes, and there's something that I mentioned last week, which
Okay.
was a few hours ago for all of your characters anyway. But it is kind of strange that Falcone would sell
drugs in his own territory.
drugs, in his own territory, because they make people completely unpredictable and they cause chaos.
that's
Why
what I mean.
would you undermine your
this
own
is-
backyard?
Well, this isn't like I think the idea we're going that Falcon doesn't know.
So the thing
seems
is
most logical, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if the security here is loyal to Falcone and not Tommy, that's different if you get caught and you have the info.
Yeah. But it's probably Tommy's guys.
That's our hunch, I think.
Yeah. I
So
mean, if it's
I lay
Falcon's
this out in
guys,
front of
he's
Arlo,
Tommy's fucked.
Lexi.
Yeah. Huh?
I lay this out in front of Arlo, Lexi, and it's like, look, like, this could be just breaking into the office, could be instant blackjack. We have an ace that's showing this could be anything, a suit, a 10, a face card. We could find exactly what we need, but if it's not, we risk just fully busting if we stay for too long if we get caught in a mistake.
I mean,
Going
you're
from the other angle, it's safer.
I mean,
Might take longer, but
What's your feeling on it? You're the B&E person.
first we have to get him out of the office. So if there's no reason for him to leave, I don't have his schedule. I don't have his pocketbook. I haven't cased him yet, so I don't know his pattern.
Do I
don't
know
if he
his
has a
pattern?
regular massage
Like if he
at 2 or something.
I mean, do I know does he stay or does he like peace out like early in certain times? Like I've fought like
So you've seen him
Consistently enough.
leave early sometimes.
yeah. But he's not the type of person that will like he'll stay like all night in the thing and like he has to leave at some point.
Yes.
He doesn't sleep in there.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah,
But he
okay.
will more often than not, be the one that
Yeah.
locks the door.
Of course, yeah.
But I mean, in that same vein, like he's not chained up to his desk all the
That's
time.
what I mean. It's like if he's like just operating on normal thing, he's not gonna be there 24/7. We can. There's always gonna be a time where he's not gonna be there. Like he's
Does
going
Tommy
home.
drive a nice car?
I mean, define nice according to your character who can't afford anything, or
Is
Look,
it
I may be
embarrassing
poor,
car or is an okay
I'm not a
car?
bad
Yeah.
judge of value.
yeah. Tommy is in the well-off category.
Okay.
He's probably got like
I'm wondering
a lower end luxury car.
I'm wondering if Arlo or Lexi were to steal his wheels, that might pull him out of his office long enough for Nick to get inside. I mean, if he isn't scheduled to leave, we could try to make him leave. Look, I'm already jumping into the lion's den here. I think a little risk on your parts is fair game.
Well,
Could be
you've
a
got
thing.
you've got me thinking about like taking the time to case his schedule before trying anything to sort of like interrupt his schedule or take advantage of his schedule. Like if we do the thing with the scientist first, we don't know. I mean, the scientist could be dead. We could be chasing a very quick dead end on that side. And, Tommy has no reason to believe that anybody is threatening his way of life, his business. So we could just like quietly watch him for a while he's unsuspecting and then take advantage of him. If time is not of the essence on his end.
Time is of the essence for you, Arlo.
Time is
Dean
of the
said he
essence.
got you an appointment with the underbroker today.
That's true.
You're gonna have to show up unless you want your rep to, suffer for it.
So we got to meet my guy today.
Your guy.
Wait, I thought you just said time wasn't of the essence.
No, time isn't of the essence for Tommy. Time is of the essence for me and my guy. That I went out of my way and I did a lot of work to try and put this meeting together. And, it's on me. It's on my head if we don't show up and follow up on this lead.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, reputation's everything in our line of work. So let's not keep anyone waiting who's expecting us. Lexi, is there anyone you trust here to keep an eye on Tommy? Like, kind of see if they can do the casing for us? I hate outsourcing, but if we're going to be running all over town, we might not have enough time. It might be nice to have someone build that information for us. Anyone who owes you for, I don't know, fighting buddies?
I mean, fighting buddies is a strong term. And honestly, I don't not exactly chummy with a bunch of people here.
Hey,
None that I would,
Okay.
Talking's fine. Casing, different story.
Might be a later job then.
Yeah.
But looks like Arlo has a schedule to keep, so...
Before we get out the subject, I did find something, formerly with the gang, my old gang, came to me, and, I guess one of their new people, basically got turned into, literally like a human blood stain. And,
Jeez.
Sorry to...
she'll hold up the ID. Name sound familiar, Nick? She'll
pull the idea closer. What's the name again?
Frank Longren, same last name as Nevin Longren.
Yeah. Actually, she'll hold up both the IDs, like, 'cause we have both of them still.
Yes, because you did
Yeah.
keep Nevin's wallet.
Yeah. I think she'll do the thing where she'll show Nick's and then she'll pop up, like, Nevin's behind it.
They bear some resemblance.
Yeah.
They couldn't pass off as brothers, but cousin is believable, yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck. Like, I didn't feel bad enough.
So, I'm suspecting that possibly our cousin over here possibly got involved in whatever Nevin was dealing. And judging by the effects of the drugs, I mean, someone young that doesn't know how to fight getting stuck with someone that does know how to fight and under the drugs.
Not pretty.
No. So that's something also.
Okay. I was kind of thinking, worst comes to worst, I can take the drug and maybe I can fight my way out of the
I
jam.
would not
but
take the drug.
Looks like I'd try to pick a fight with a train and probably lose.
I would really love for you to take it, but
Maybe if you're nice.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
You have 3 doses. Whatever you want to do with it, I care. I do care.
How strong is Nick? Normal.
Simon cares. Not strong. 8. -1 modifier. I'm quick. I'm not strong.
Just angry. Just cat.
Angry but ineffectual.
Nerd rage.
I have the stats. If you ever take it, the stats for this have been written
Stop
a long
tempting
while
me,
ago.
Simon. Stop it. I want Nick to survive a little longer at least. All right. Yeah, he's a drug dealer. He's a children drug dealer. He's a children drug dealer. He's a piece of shit. Don't feel too bad. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for. Ugh. Yeah, we gotta get this stuff off the streets. Especially if they're just like disguised as inhalers.
Yeah. Yeah, I promised Nat I'd look into it, and she has some specialties that might help us if we so need it.
Specialties?
Yeah.
Like chemistry?
Not chemistry. I mean, carjacking, like...
Oh,
like
those
all
kinds of
things.
specialties.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, well...
Another set of eyes, maybe. I mean, I hate to drag her in, but like she wants to deal with this, find out, get to the bottom of this more than anyone else at this point.
So you are fully invested. Got it.
Yeah.
All right. Also, if we can make some time to, I don't know, just fuck with Officer Cox a little bit, that'd make me happy. It's not like important, but I really enjoy that. Great stress reliever. Anyway, Arlo, appointment. Where are we meeting? Who are we meeting? Should we be armed?
Where are we meeting, GM?
That's a error on my part. Dean would have told you where he is. It's a little club on the edge of town called the Iceberg Lounge.
Ooh.
Oh.
Moving on up in the world.
Hey. Oh,
I mean,
next
is
t-shirt
it
today
is
says
it common
Daily Planet.
knowledge that the call are
Yes. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
like-
So the club, for all intents and purposes, in
Yeah.
our version of Gotham,
yeah.
Cobblepot is a Oswald Chesterfield Cobblepot is a generational wealth hedge
Yeah,
fund
yeah.
baby.
Yep.
But he is the Iceberg Lounge's club owner. Now it is also known that throughout the 50s and even a bit after, his grandfather was notoriously corrupt and sort of tried to cling through even his father, so the son of his grandfather, and even the person that Tucker Cobblepot married, like tried to consolidate power in Gotham by like staying mayor of the city and having all of these like fingers in every pie and blah blah blah. The thing is it went to shit at some point. I have the date. I just have to
I'm just looking at
find
things,
it.
but it's common. I mean, if you're Underworld and stuff, it's common knowledge that they have territory and stuff like that. They're involved in some way. Yeah.
So the rumor in the Underworld is that the Cobblepots never came clean.
Yeah.
Even though they did a big show of pretending. It was mostly like a look, we people in Gotham ran out of patience for us. So we're just gonna stop what we're doing because they mired the city in corruption, red tape. There's a lot of places in town that have never been finished, like entire tunnels for subways and stuff that basically were just used as like money laundering schemes by them. And so since 1979, there hasn't been like the Cobblepots have basically decided to, like Tucker and Esther, they retired officially, and even in the Underworld, you don't really hear their name anymore, especially since they were more like the white collar type. But it's been said that Oswald is not as clean as his parents claim to be, and that the Iceberg Lounge is definitely the place.
I mean, it's
where you wanna
like
go.
it's like there are several like there are probably like proxy bosses that they can that can't be traced to them, that sort of thing. But it's something that it's something. I'm getting this is if this is how this it's something that's common knowledge, but nothing that can be like.
It's like if you ever work for him, probably he'll make you sign an NDA or something.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just like some of the politicians here are like it's like they're connected, but everyone says they're connected, but nothing is legally
can't prove anything.
Yeah. Okay, but I think in that case, Lexi's gonna be like, wow, okay. Oof, just hitting all the big bosses here.
There's two of them.
Yeah. I mean, 2 of them is plenty.
In 2 days.
2 of them is
Yeah,
plenty.
that's 2 more than we had encountered 2
Yeah,
days ago.
2 is plenty. 1 is plenty. 2 is...
So you make your way to the Iceberg Lounge. Mm-hmm. Question mark. That was supposed to be a question mark.
Yeah.
No, it was a
Is
period.
there a
It's a
dress
statement. We're
code?
going.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, what is the...
So the lounge itself is in Midtown. Quite a few ways away from where you are. If you want to go on foot, it's going to take like maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours. By car, less because there's like major arteries. But you do have a car. You have stolen one.
Yeah.
We're good people.
Otherwise, you can take public transit. It's going to take you just about the same time.
Drug
The
dealer
car's...
car?
Huh?
Drug dealer car?
Yeah, I mean, the car's expendable. I mean, of all the things... we
Expendable? That's my home.
I think she'll look at you like I don't think she ever inquired on what your living situation is.
Why are you looking at me like that?
My God, I think she'll that's she'll.
And actually, I'm going to use this awkward pause and silence
Yeah.
to have you all make a perception check
Oh boy.
as you're driving to the Iceberg Lounge.
All right.
Perception. Okay, let's see. What is my? Jeez. Okay. Fuck. Okay.
Oh, so I'll repeat them. You weren't there last week, but I'm trying to keep everyone in the loop so that, to repeat it every week so that people start getting used to the mechanics of this game, myself included. You have something called exploit points on your sheet.
Oh, yeah, we with our 3 or whatever.
And
number.
yeah, you can spend an exploit point to add +10 to your roll.
I'll take that 19. That's fine with me. I can.
Yeah, it's mostly for mana.
6.
Exploit points come back every session.
Oh, okay, okay.
Unless we end on some like weird cliffhanger.
Where it's like mid-fight, it's like you get them back. It's like no, you'll
Yeah.
get them
You
back.
say, wait, did you say we get more when we leveled up, or did you just say I get them back?
You get.
You get them back.
Okay, yeah.
I don't think like I see how you.
They'll never increase.
Increase.
You
Okay.
you have
Yeah.
what you have.
Yeah.
All right, gotcha.
Well, I mean that's not true. You have what you have, but they are based off of your willpower, I believe. So if your willpower ever goes up, it's also going to go up.
Okay.
You all have.
So let me know if you want to spend any. And remember, if you had an edge, if the little checkbox was checked, you also roll 2d20s and take the highest because you have advantage on those rolls instead.
I do not.
So we've got 5, 19, and 6.
19. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean somebody noticed something, so I think we'll be okay.
I mean, this is.
I don't know. I rolled pretty high and I missed a fucking pain under a bed.
Yeah, you needed a 20.
Cox.
Speaking of, Lexi, guess who you cross path with as you drive down to the Iceberg Lounge towards Midtown, and he's driving up towards the upper city in a squad car, a GCPD squad car.
Passing each other like the scene in the
Yeah.
Umbrella Academy.
Yeah.
Yep, Sergeant Cox.
And he was going uptown.
Yeah, well, he's going towards either Bowery, Crime Alley, like whatever is on the North Island, but he's using the same road, that basically like dark blue road. That's the farthest east on the map.
Oh, interesting. What are you doing there, buddy?
And you could run your car into his.
Why?
Otherwise,
I mean, I'll note it, but I'm not gonna like. We're not gonna like. You could
I
be
mean,
Good enough.
It's an expendable car.
I mean, if you want Lexi to do it, I mean, we're gonna.
I, as the player, think it'd be fun, but we could also go our normal way. We do have an
I mean,
appointment to keep.
this hinges upon Arlo. Like maybe like we don't make this thing. Also,
I don't think that we should ram our car into his squad car in broad daylight. That does not seem...
Why not? Why not? I don't see how this could go wrong.
what, they're gonna get our plates? Their plates are like, huh? That's good. Oh god, that's gonna make.
They're gonna run the plates and Nevin's gonna get pipped on it. He's gonna get thrown in a lockup.
Yeah, it's like what? It's your car. It's your car. There were drugs found in that thing too. It's like what the
I wonder where he is going. I'm curious now that you spotted him.
God, I wish we had the Batman thing of like the little tracker.
little
tracker?
You would just throw it on. No, I
We're
wish
not
we
there
had.
yet.
We're not there
We'll be
yet.
so
I
good
wish
we'll
we
have
had
those
that
little
soon.
toys.
Eventually, maybe someday. When we have money,
Money.
when we acquire,
So, but it sounds like you're deciding that we just keep going.
we'll keep that little note. Is he going alone?
he is
Little,
alone
like-
in his squad
okay,
car. Yeah.
Okay.
Which, I mean, all of you have done enough shit to know that normally cops ride in pair.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's
He's
going to like.
alone.
This isn't like. He's not a. I mean, the shiny cop isn't gonna like. They're not gonna base him in Crime Alley. That's just that's a waste. All right, good to know that he's doing shit. Okay.
So you make your way to the Iceberg Lounge. I don't have a soundtrack for this one. It's still broad daylight.
Yeah.
No one except the people that work there are going to show up. No one checks your IDs as you walk in. There are two identical men flanking the door as like the bouncers, dressed in nice suits, not tuxes, but still there's a certain degree of what's the word of decorum, I guess, to this place when you walk in. So just to describe very quickly, the club is on 3 floors. Each floor has a distinct like flair music that plays, type of clientele, basically. The underbroker, unlike what his name would have you believe, is not in the basement. He's in the top floor. Top floor is more of the dance area. There's a few, basically the outside of the dance room is like lined up with couches. You've got a few like standing tables, like there are no chairs or anything. You can just have to stand there. A big illuminated dance floor with like a whole like pedestal thing where the DJ, it looks almost like an altar to some sort of modern god of dance. And of course, in the middle of the room is this giant sculpture made to look like ice of Mr. Cobblepot, flanked by 2 happy penguins.
Oh.
Now that's just.
There's maybe like a handful of people right now, like techies, making sure that the sound and everything works and all that. And there is one person just sitting, legs crossed, arms outstretched on one of the couches in a completely red outfit with a red tie and a with black shirt underneath and a white mask over his face. Or balaclava type of situation.
Cool. Great.
Anyway, if you want to see what he's like, he's now unlocked under the criminals of Gotham City.
The underbroker.
There's
Okay.
so many of
my-
them. There are so many. Oh, good. Yeah.
He looks like a criminal.
I think Lexi's just gonna like very quickly just like fucking weirdo.
Is this the guy we're supposed to meet, Arlo?
Reverse Red Hood looking motherfucker. Yeah, I think
That's
Say
true.
reverse redhead looking.
Reverse Red Hood.
Oh,
Yeah.
Red Hood is like
I think yeah, Lexi's gonna look at Arlo. It's like, "Is this the guy?"
I think so. I think that, yeah, that's got to be him, right? I mean, he's the only guy here.
Fuck is that one? What the fuck is he wearing?
I don't know.
I forgot.
I'm
are we
not the
coming
fashion
here-
police.
Are we coming here for a friendly chat, or does he want us, or is he expecting something in return?
We'll just have to talk to him and see.
Okay.
He speaks relatively loud and goes, Arlo, Wilder, and Associates.
Yeah?
Oh.
How can I help you today?
She'll come in closer, feigning confidence. She set this up. She's here to talk business. Mild panic.
Can you make a willpower roll?
God, okay.
I think Lexi is going to like kind of like maneuver herself into the role of like maybe being like Arlo's muscle, maybe do that sort of like kind of that sort of posture.
Then in that case, Lexi, if make also a willpower roll. If you score a 10 or higher, you give a +2 to Arlo.
Okay.
I'd also like to follow Arlo like her shadow, kind of like just walking in step. Not necessarily like hiding, just kind of like, you know, following along. This is the boss, Arlo.
Okay.
Oh my god. I would like to burn one of my exploit points because that's ridiculous.
You go to 17.
Yes.
Maybe a 19. And I would ask Nick to go with Dex in this case.
Hey, I'm good with Dex.
Cool. So it goes up to 19.
Yeah, it's like, you know, Lexi can assume the like, you know, she's seen like what muscle. You just like get that look, you know, like
Yeah, like you all don't look like you're level 3.
yeah. Well, it's like you kind of have like that you know, like you're alert but like kind of disinterested in like the business thing going on, like like it's too much to hold in your little brain, that sort of thing.
Okay, you're really going for like the dumb brute.
Well, not dumb, but like just like I'm here to, you know,
You're here to break legs.
She's
well, not
here to
break
kick
legs,
ass.
just make sure that Arlo, you know, like back up for Arlo, you know, that sort of thing.
Cool.
Okay, I have an edge in this, so I'll take the
Okay.
16.
All right. So you get a +4 total, so that's a 21. The
Nice.
underbroker will get up as you approach and extend a hand.
I will take it. I will shake it confidently.
So glad we could meet face to face. Mr. Hunter has spoken of you highly.
Yeah, Mr. Hunter ain't really spoken of you much at all.
But I'm interested to know what it is that you do and how it is you can help us.
I am a provider of services and of steady streams of income for people who aren't afraid to sully their hands.
Well, our hands are pretty well sullied at the moment, but I'll keep that in mind for future reference. I was wondering if you might be able to give us some information, actually. We were hoping to warm up a rather cold trail that I know that you had some information on a little while ago. What's the name of the scientist again, GM?
Give me a second.
We have a lot of names.
Dr. Bartol Klein.
Oh, that's a client.
Dr. Bartol Klein? Does that sound familiar? You contacted Mr. Hunter a little while ago about procuring him safe passage out of town or something to that degree, and he respectfully declined said offer, but now I am wondering what became of the good doctor and if there's any possibility that we might be able to track down where he went or if he ever left the city at all.
This was a mess of a job.
A mess, you say?
Mr. Hunter certainly dodged a bullet there, figuratively. Dr. Klein was working out of Mercy Hospital here in town. it is not quite what he told my courier. All that to say, Mr. Klein wanted to disappear.
Right.
I sent out some feelers to see if anyone would be so inclined to hide Dr. Klein in one of the many containers in the shipyard and just ship him away to Somalia or something. Instead, Dr. Klein was nabbed by someone that I have, unfortunately, very little control over.
Very little control, but how about information?
Mr. Carmine Falcone was very
Nothing.
interested in having a renowned neurosurgeon work for the mob. As much as I am someone who provides jobs and information in your case and contacts, I am not so stupid as to go up to Mr. Falcone and tell him that this job was going through me. Now, I do not know what happened with the good doctor. I do know, however, that he was not smuggled outside of Gotham City. I might not be able to tell Mr. Falcone off, but I do have an extensive network of eyes and ears.
Within Falcone's territories?
Within the entirety of Gotham City.
All right. So then what do you require in exchange for using that extensive network to keep an eye out for the good doctor and convey to me that information, if you can find him, which of Falcone's territories he might be smuggled away to?
You can see, like, through, so his mask, basically, it's not a solid mask, it's like cloth, so it's very sort of like tied around his face. So you can see that, like, he's smiling or smirking. And he goes, I can do you one better, Miss Wilder.
All right.
I can give you what my network has already found, though little it may be. And I will require nothing in exchange. As they say, the first hit is free.
With the expectation that I'll be coming back for more and you'll charge more and more every time. That's fine.
I do believe that you would like to live somewhere else than the hovel that you currently hide in.
Well, that's not on the table now, is it?
It could be.
I whispered to Lexi, this guy's good.
I am.
Shit.
I do not know of your associates. I thought you worked alone. Some lone gunslinger in the rain-slicked streets of Gotham City.
I do for the most part, but I didn't know nothing about you coming here, so I figured it was better to have backup than come in all by my lonesome. A little girl in Gotham City, you never know what trouble she might get into meeting up with a grown man like yourself in the middle of a place like this.
You're right. Any lone man like myself didn't know what he would get into, meeting with this strange woman from outside of Gotham City. He looks up and like snaps his fingers, and you just hear two guns basically like unload a bullet, like a shrink in the bullet just flying off. And you are? He looks to Nick and Lexi.
Intimidated?
I do have this effect on a lot of people, but I can reassure you, I am nothing if not a gentle soul.
Looks curiously at the cloth mask. And nods. Okay.
I see you are looking at my headwear.
I mean, it's got to be a little stuffy in there, right?
I have to admit, it is from time to time. It gets roughly hot in there. But at the same time, I do have an identity that I need to protect.
Gotcha.
You would do well to hide yours as well if you start poking around where people like Mr. Falcone would rather you not.
Getting a mask, not a bad idea, honestly.
Now, I didn't get your name, though.
I mean, you're probably going to find it anyway. I don't really feel the need to say it out loud at this point.
It would take me considerable time, in days maybe, to find out who you are, and it is just the polite thing to do.
Didn't you just say yourself that you had an identity that was worth preserving, and that's why you weren't going to take off that mask?
Also, the first hit is free. I don't need to give you my name.
There you go. Practice what you preach, mister.
Yeah.
Point taken. I like your,
Oh, nice.
shall we say, gumption.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, this is going to be on the house. I do not know where the good doctor went, but I know of someone who did. Whoa, Simon fucked up. Someone who did. A reporter for the Gotham Herald, one Mr. Alexander Knox.
Now, you know as well as I that Alexander Knox is dead and in the ground, and I cannot ask him for any information regarding this doctor or anything else. So you offering this in good faith is just bullshit.
Mr. Knox is not in the ground. He's currently held at a morgue, along with all of his personal effects. I would argue that any journalist worth their salt would probably have, at the very least, a notepad or a recorder with them.
And how exactly are we supposed to get into this morgue? We don't even know where it is.
Break into a police precinct. Oh, I believe you know where it is.
So this dead guy has our info?
Supposedly.
I believe you know quite well where it is. It is where an upstart happens to work. Precinct 8. The current residence of one Lance Cox. One way or another, most of what you're looking for will be in the lion's den. And that is all I have.
So our info is on a body in a morgue, surrounded by cops.
Well, we don't need
You
the body,
probably
we
have
just need
heard
the
on-
effects.
You've probably heard on the news that his body was fished out of the water.
Sure.
Mr. Knox. Mr. Cox. God, I should have chosen different names.
What?
Sergeant Cox is the one who fished him out.
Mr. Knox is dead.
Yes.
I don't want to give that asshole a reason to arrest us. So you're
we
not
don't.
gonna like just give this info that we're looking for this info to someone who asks, right? Is that part of the house deal, or
Oh, sorry.
you're not gonna like turn around and say, by the way, these people are interested in this body?
Client broker privilege. Of course not. I have a
Okay.
reputation to maintain.
I can respect
What kind of
that.
fixer would I be if I were to stab everyone in the back?
And where can we find you if we decide that we want a second hit? Not for free.
I do operate out of this building from time to time, but I do so hate it very, very much when the door opens. You can find me here. And he's gonna whip out a black in gold, like a black business card trimmed in gold with just a like a skull, basically like his mask in gold, and a phone number on the back. It's got an area code that is not in the United States.
Of course.
Nice branding.
It's a little ostentatious, don't you think?
I don't know. I thought it was cool.
It's got his face on his business card in gold foil.
I have my mask on my business cards. That way people can recognize me.
What also, sorry, I'm not super familiar with how you do business. Do you take cash, checks?
I told you right now,
favors?
this is on the house.
Right, but if we come back, you know, we don't want to show up empty-handed,
Oh.
so to speak.
I'm guessing favors. All right.
Favors,
If you ever come
info.
back in search for work, like Mr. Hunter often does, he looks at Arlo. I simply tell you what needs to be done, and you choose if you want to accept it or not. If you accept it, you do it, you get paid. If you accept it and you fail, you get punished.
Punished?
Yes. Why would I hire failures?
Not
Got
intentionally,
it,
I would
don't
imagine.
fail.
Can I ask you a question? How often does Mr. Hunter come to you looking for work, for jobs?
That information, I'm afraid, is not going to be on the house.
Oh. He's got you.
All right,
Client
well,
broker privilege.
That's fine. We'll just roll it into the next one.
As you wish.
I don't think we're going to find anything else out here. We got...
We got a place. We got a body.
Yeah.
And we gotta end this session on this.
Cool.
Next session, we're gonna start as you exit the Iceberg Lounge. How are you feeling? How's everyone feeling?
Ooh, I like him.
Yeah,
He's a cool
good.
bad guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was so tempted just to yell out Arlo's catchphrase though. We're about to get wild.
Things are about to get wild in here.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
like,
God,
hey, back
no,
off.
no, you
or
say
things
that in
are
fr-
gonna get wild.
Oh God, you say that in front of an information broker, it's gonna get like spread around.
Oh, that 21 in willpower was very useful.
Oh, okay.
And I do
Show
hope
of
that
force.
my very bad impression of Juan Carlos Esposito
Oh,
showed. But that's basically the voice I had in mind for him.
yeah. Oh.
That's cool.
That was cool.
He's Gus,
Yeah.
kind of. But yeah, thank you everyone for coming. I saw that we had raids tonight. Thank you so much to all of your raiders. Thank you to everyone who hung out in chat. Thank you to all of you watching on YouTube. I know you are numerous, and I cannot thank you enough for that. That said, I will throw the mic out into the crowd and let my crowd of 3 players tell us who they are, where we can find them, and what did they enjoy most tonight. We'll do same order as we did the intros, so we'll start with Lexi.
Hey, I'm Lynn. Gremlin art pretty much everywhere on the socials. You can find my art there. And next time you will see me is on Saturday back on this channel for Silent Birth New Gods, where we are renovating some hells. Literally, that's what we're doing.
Yep.
And I like the God, I liked seeing Arlo navigate that situation. It was we got some good information and without having too many strings attached in there.
Cool. Mr. Winters, Nick.
Hello, I'm Yutsai on Blue Sky because I forgot I made one of those, but I guess that's social media for now. Had a lot of fun tonight. You can see me. Technically, you could see me tomorrow on the Laugh Love Lindy Twitch channel for Good Society at 7 p.m. CDT, reading Between the Lines, where we are playing through a story where we're both nobles and their servants. However, I will be unavailable, unfortunately, but I have left some very enticing letters that should hopefully bring the table much joy in my absence. But yeah, tonight was a lot of fun. I'm still counting the weeks until Arlo says their catchphrase again. I can't wait. Always super excited for it. But yeah, that's it for me.
Cool. And speaking of Arlo,
Arlo. I'm Hannah, Hanimation Art on Twitter, Hanimation Studios pretty much everywhere else. Most of my activities on Instagram at this point. Or you can find my shop, hanimation.shop, where I have a bunch of fun fandom accessories, things to put on your person, things to hang from your keys, and all kinds of other interesting and, flashy stuff. You can find me here on Saturday at 1 p.m. with Lynn for Scion Birth of the New Gods, and let's go to hell. All 16 layers of it. I've had a lot of fun tonight. I loved everybody's little vignettes. That was really interesting to see, sort of like a look into everybody's lives separately and then coming together and causing some chaos and almost crashing our car into a cop car, which is, par for the course. But it is what it is. So
the things you do.
Yeah.
Thank you, players, for being here tonight. I'm Simon at Wandering DM. You can find me again on Saturday here for Scion. And you can also find the latest game that the studio I worked on, Rayman the board game. It's already available for free on Tabletopia if you want to try it online. However, the Kickstarter for the actual board game starts on September 17th. It's a lot of fun, actually. It's kind of like a tabletop version of Mario Kart. So on that, have a great rest of the week, everyone. And let's see if we can raid someone. I think Laugh Love Lindy is still on. No, she's not, but High Shelf Collective is. So let's just go and raid High Shelf Collective. And spread the love. And like I said, have a good weekend. Bye-bye. Baby, stop.